We do not care that the game dissed Kendrick.
Los Angeles King, show me a rooftop, I shout it. And the nigga y'all thought was king ain't gonna do nothing about it.
What's up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join that membership. And are you buying that merch down below? Gang, listen. So I've been out of commission for a few days because I literally was planning and making sure wifey's birthday party happened. We had a 1920s theme. Everybody was dressed up beautiful. It was Black excellence in the building. So I really didn't have time to really go in and do these videos about the game and all these things going on. But when I checked back in today, I saw a lot of ridiculousness. I got about 4 or 5 videos coming straight in a row, gang. I saw the Cassidy and Easy to Block Captain fight. I saw that. Well, I'm not gonna say fight. It was a disturbance, and they didn't make it past round 2. I saw a lot of stuff going on, gang. I saw the Pusha T comments. I saw the Wale comments, gang. It's a lot of videos about to come hot off the press. But right now, we right here in this space. And the game once again has done it again, gang. He has trapped you. He has called for your attention because he has an album coming out. And I want to discuss this. Now, what's going on with the game? And I told you, I speak for hip hop in a lot of situations and a lot of effects. It's a cause and effect situation with this game thing and in hip hop per se. I think what we're seeing with the game is he's causing a ruckus, so the effect will be record sales or streams or a combination of the two. And what I know to be true with the game, he don't do nothing that he didn't calculate and think about and try to get people to listen, seek, and find his music and play it and debate and discuss him. Well, let me just start here before we go any further with this. Did the game diss him? What did he say? Is it really about Kendrick? I'm not going to sit here and play games with you and try to go through all these lines and pretend like I don't know. Anybody with half a brain, no game, is talk about Kendrick. I'm not going to sit here and try to whitewash it and spin it around in circles and say, is that about maybe? No, fuck that. He's dissing them. We clearly see it. It ain't even close. But because if you know the game, then you know what he does. He throws disses when he releases something. He picks a random friend of me and says something about him. Just like when he dissed Eminem. Game has been bipolar for a while, gang. And this is the same guy that said Kanye West did more for him than Dr. Dre, gang. Like, let's just be honest. This going on, I'm going to say what? Almost 20 years of this with the game. Like, we're going to sit here and pretend like we're going to give Game some type of grace. Like, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I'm not going to sit here and play games with you, gang. We all know what's going on. Anybody with half a brain, let's just be honest, know that Game is dissing Kendrick on this. When you say something like whoever the king of the West Coast is, they ain't going to do nothing about it, well, just use your feelings. Use your feelings, Luke. Search your feelings. Who's supposed to be the king of the West Coast rap right now? Who are they calling the king of the West Coast rap right now? I'm not even going to get into none of the other bars. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time and yours, right? I'm not going to pick apart nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, Game been waiting to do this for a while. See, the problem is Game has been hurt since they gave Kendrick that key to the city. Now, Game keep telling y'all, and I'm not going to disrespect Game, I'm just going to keep it a buck. We're just talking facts right now, Game. Gang has been kind of like low-key salty since Snoop stood on that stage with Dr. Dre and had the K-Dot the key of the city. Dame has been feeling like, the game has been feeling like a middle child that's getting overlooked. You're giving too much attention to the young ones, and you're giving too much golden era love to the older ones. And he's in the middle, and he's getting pretty much the scraps off the table. I'm just going to be honest. Game feel like he should be 10 times over, millions on millions on millions with all the love and respect and all the world tours and this, that, and the third that Kendrick got. You gotta understand what you're dealing with. Game is really, really emotional. And for Game to tell you he's not, Game would be out and out lying to you. I'm just going to be honest. It's not about you being soft or you being scary. It's about you just are a person that are in touch with your inner feelings. And Game is in touch with his inner feelings, and Game feels left out. Game feels like hip-hop does not respect him. He comes out with these really, really quality albums. I'm just going to be honest. Game is a spitter. Game can rap. I tell you that all the time. I never, ever fronted on Game, right? But what Game doesn't realize, he's never understood it, and you've seen it. You've seen it when he dissed Kim Kardashian when Kanye was with her. You've seen it. You see, we're desensitized. There's a word called desensitized, gang. We are desensitized to this. At this point, it only moves the needle. Like if the needle starts at 0, it might move the needle 5%, gang. It never gets into the. It's like when you got a thermostat and it gets into the steamy hot, it starts going up. It goes past green, goes past yellow, goes past red, gets to orange or hot or whatever. It never makes anything go past that. Just like when he dissed Eminem with a 10-minute diss track that was off when he's mocking and mimicking Eminem's voice, and it just was a bad look. It ruined the rest of the album. But Game still lives in what year we talking? 98, 2001, 2003, where you rolled out an album with a diss record, right? And I get it. Hip hoppers can do that. They can roll out an album with a diss record, right? But it's two problems with this diss record, right? In hip-hop, gang, and I tell you all the time, I do not fold, I do not bend, I do not change my stance. I am a hip-hop head through and through. I've been in this shit. I've been watching and listening and learning this shit since Grandmaster Flash, my G, right? And the two things he did wrong with this one, let's just be honest. He did a diss that was unnecessary to a man he didn't need to diss, for one. And for two, you didn't name the guy. See, if we're going to be dissing, then we going to diss. Right? If you're gonna diss Dot, then diss him. And this is the problem. If we can still have conversations, well, did he do it? Well, was it about him? Well, maybe. Then it ain't fucking work. Okay? So if you're gonna be, let's just be honest. There's a lot of politics. I'm not from LA. There's a lot of I only been there once or twice, but it's a lot of politics. That Game got he got a finagle game. Before he decides to go in on Dot, he got to trick Dot into dissing him first. You got to understand what's going on. He needs that reply from Dot, right? He always tells us, I took Dot on tour. I love Dot. He made his list a couple months ago where he did when Complex released their, 50 West Coast artists, and they had him too low, so he made his own list and he put Dot above himself. And a lot of these guys are coming out, well, how can the Game be upset with K-Dot when he put the Dot above himself? Gang, it's called pandering. Okay, let's just be honest. If you're the Game, get into the. You know how you watch Stranger Things, right? And Will can go into the mind of the fucking. I don't know what's this guy's name, the mind flayer or whatever this other guy is, right? If Will can get into his mind and see what's going on, if you can get into the Game's mind and see what's going on, you would understand Game is seriously a jealous and petty person when it comes to this Kendrick Lamar thing, because he's still hurt. I'm just going to be honest. It's almost a bipolar thing where he loves you today, then he got a problem with you tomorrow. I want you to do me a favor. Get in the comments and name somebody that Game was rocking with before that he didn't diss at some point in his career. I need you to do that for me. I'm going to try to help you, but I can't think of nobody. All right? He's just everybody that was on that stage at the Super Bowl, every single one of them. Right? Maybe Snoop, maybe he didn't diss Snoop. I'm sure somebody could tell me, oh, no, he said this about Snoop. I'm sure at some point Gamers got him mad at somebody and had a problem with him for some reason, this, that, or the third. So we've been seeing this for years. We're getting desensitized to it. It doesn't make hip-hop start to jump up and be like, oh, snap, it's the Game. And the Game feels like you should be. He feels like every time he drops a record, you should be running out to clap your hands and stomp your feet and say, the Game is out. Let's rush and get the Game. The Game, let's be honest, he deserves that with the bars he writes. But he negates all that when he comes with these antics. That's the problem, Game. It ain't that you can't rap. Everybody knows you can rap, but what it feels like when he does give you a solid rap project, right? We applauded him for 80 bars, but it's been few and far between since that. And when he gives you a solid rap project, you guys front on him. Front on it. Half of you say, oh, the Game is nice, though, I like it. Half of you say, man, he corny, right? He don't want to hear that he's corny. He wants to hear that it go like this. Eazy-E, Ren, and then him. Like, he don't want no, he wants to be right there. He wants you to respect him like you love those guys, right? You love Dr. Dre. You love Ice Cube. He want to be in that top 5, and he's not. But the reason he doesn't stay in that top 5 or get in that top 5 of West Coast rappers, the reason he had to put Kendrick above himself on his own goddamn list, he had to put Kendrick above himself because he knows the West Coast don't view him above none of them guys. And that's a shame. But at the end of the day, you did it to yourself. Let's just start. Let's start at the start, right? Before he mimicked Dot on this thing, he clearly mimicking K-Dot. He's clearly mimicking this guy and that guy when he dissing him. So he was dissing Eminem when he mimicked him, but he not. You guys are on the fence if he diss K-Dot when he's mimicking. A rapper mimicking another. Let me just say this right here. If a rapper mimics your voice in his song, he mimics the way you're rapping in your cadence, he's dissing you. If he does that for more than 3 or 4 bars, he's dissing you. If he's sitting there, this dude got a half a verse mimicking this guy. That is not, that's envy, gang. That is envy. That means I know I got nothing for him, but I'm gonna act like him and show you how corny it really is. I'm telling you what's going on. Okay? So right now, what we're seeing is a guy spiraling. This is not a good place to be for the game. All right. So when we talk about the antics that game has started with this Kendrick thing, right? We are seeing that the game still is in his feelings about being looked at as less than. When he looks at that list and he got to put himself beneath K. Dot, this, that, and the third, that hurts, gang. The truth hurts. It hurts bad. It hurts a lot of us. We don't want to hear the truth. We want to hear that. Oh, we want to hear that we're bells and whistles every time we come out. And where I feel like what the game is doing right now, he's using K. Dot's success, and he's using your love of K. Dot against you because you're going to come in droves to go hear his album. It takes away from the album to me. I'm so desensitized to it. Like when you keep coming out and every year it's a new gimmick and this, that, and the third, right? You just dissed Beyonce's mom with Kanye West, right? He did a song with him and Kanye dissing Beyonce. You dissing Beyonce, you dissing Mama Knows Why. But it sounded like a good idea. And that's what we've been seeing from Game for years, where it's no reason, it's out of nowhere, it's flamboyant as fuck, as a flag on the play. Game don't care, he'll do it. He'll do it just to get your attention, just to get you talking. And this is why we can't take him serious. Let's talk about it. The people we take serious from the West Coast, they don't really do a lot of antics. Let's just be honest. We take Snoop for years. Now Snoop is whatever after all this stuff this year, but that's recently. Before this year, Snoop was just a stand-up rapper, stand-up individual. He got mad love because he worked hard, he hustled, he kept his nose down, and he just did his little cooking shows with Martha Stewart. Then he come out and do smoke a blunt on somebody else's podcast. Snoop was just being Snoop for years. He didn't try to get in the middle of a lot of shit. Yeah, he had his little issues, this and that, Tekashi 6ix9ine, little tit for tat, but he never really dissing people for no reason, right? We love Eazy-E because that's fucking Eazy-E, by G. Like, who else more thorough than fucking Eazy-E? Okay? So that's you're not going to live up to that. You're not going to live up to fucking Dr. Dre, right? Compton. Like, this nigga Dre, he makes the best music we've ever heard in the history of rap. He makes some of the most prolific beats you will ever hear in your life. And his raps is good. Like, people didn't know for years that if you're not into hip hop, you just into music. You didn't even know that Dre wasn't even writing his raps. A lot of people didn't know for years. I had a guy that a couple years ago arguing with me that Dre writes all his raps. I'm like, gang, where have you been? Are you seriously? I'm not even going to have two more conversations with you at this point. If I got to argue that Dre doesn't write his rap, if you don't know that, then we don't need to have a conversation. So there's some people that didn't even know that Dre wasn't writing his raps. We thought Dre was the epitome, right? He said, nigga Dre said, bodies with their heads cut off. Motherfucker, I'm Dre, right? This nigga Dre was talking reckless as shit, and we loved it. One of the hardest niggas in rap. So you're not going to get that kind of love. And as things went on, you were a Compton rapper. You were supposed to be the future of the West Coast, and you signed with 50 Cent, right? We saw you sign with G-Unot, a dude from the East Coast. A lot of us was like, okay, sure, right? And then not too soon after that, you fell out because you didn't want to diss East Coast niggas because 50 was beefing with East Coast guys. You were like, I'm good with them. I don't want to diss them, da-da-da, right? This is the type of thing that people saw that they couldn't reconcile. They're like, it's really not making no sense that you running with East Coast guys, but you won't diss East Coast guys, this, that, and the third. It's like, I'm not saying we wanted you to diss them, but it didn't make no sense for you to be even caught up in it. You're a West Coast guy. Why are you in East Coast politics? It didn't make no sense. So you jumped in and you started, now you and 50 back and forth. Now we got this G-Unot and all this, and you held your own, this, that, and the third. But as we went to go on, people started to question, well, all of them hits was with 50 Cent. Where the hits at now? Right? Then he had One Blood, this, that. He had a couple records after that, but it never was the level what he was really supposed to be. Okay? And we're looking at it like, an East Coast dude low-key gave Game his swag. He really, where would he be without 50 Cent? Right? We started thinking like, yo, where would he really be without 50 Cent? And that bothered him for years. So now he had the issue of Dr. Dre not showing him the love, right? He said he couldn't get a return call from Dre for a long time. Dre wasn't in his corner no more. And that's who really signed him in the first place. It's Dr. Dre. Right? 50 was brought on to mentor him and get him some hit records, give him some hit singles. That's all 50 was brought in to do. But Dr. Dre really was the one that signed him. Then 50 went and, I'm going to throw him in G-Unit. I'm going to throw him a look, da-da-da, right? Didn't work out. So then we saw him for years after that, kind of almost Wale-ish, just a little tougher, right? It was almost a Wale-ish, like just kind of bitter and angry and trying to figure out why his ranking wasn't solidified and why we wasn't showing him the love that he thought he should get. So we've seen this shit with Game for years, where it's almost like kind of like I'm a little salty, but I'm gonna act like I'm not. But I'm gonna throw salt anyway, like on some Salt Bae. He's sprinkling up the salt to throw it, but he wanna act like it really ain't the salt you think it is. It's like love. No, motherfucker, it's salt. So every year we see this more and more and more. It's to the point now that when we see it, it doesn't fool us no more. For a real hip-hop head, we knew, anybody with any kind of sense knew he was going to diss Kendrick soon. At some point, this guy's getting too much love. And this whole Drake thing and everybody's coming at him, oh, you rocking with Drake, this, that, and the third. That was going to come out. All it took was now he needs an album to pop, right? Before it was all this love. We saw him. He didn't go to the pop out for whatever reason. We still don't know why. Apparently, he not really saying it, and Dot really never tell you nothing. So we don't really, let's be honest, everybody got their opinions, but nobody really knows why he wasn't there. But I think he wasn't there. This is just my opinion. I think Kendrick knows that Game is going to flip sooner or later. He knows that Game is one of these guys that, I told you, that big brother syndrome where he's not the middle brother. In this case, it's like he looks at Kendrick as a little brother that's surpassing him. I used to take him to the, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be hooping. I used to take him to the court. I showed him how to shoot that jumper. This, that, and the third. That's how he wants everybody to look at it, like, yo, Kendrick nice, but the Game is nicer. No, we don't look at it like that. We look at it like Kendrick nice. Game is not even in the conversation. And that hurts, Game. Right? That's what was that movie, Paid in Full, where the uncle kidnapped the little brother, right? He had no business to do that, but he did it because he was jealous and he tried to get a bag off of it. Right? Cut the little brother, I believe, what he cut off his fingers or whatever happened in Paid in Full, right? End of the day, this guy is sitting back, he's super jealous. Super jealous, let's just be honest. So it was only a matter of time. Now, what he had to figure out, listen, Game is conniving, he's smart. He had to figure out, I can say this stuff and make it ambiguous. I can use 100 different metaphors and similes and throw them, and you could tell us about Kendrick, but it's really going to sound like it can go either way. And I got people online talking about, oh, he paying homage to him, he's showing him love. Really? That's what y'all think? Let me just say this: Game is too well and too prolific of a writer to write bars that are going to be almost construed either way. Game is too smart for that, Game. He's not going to, if he don't want to diss you, if he don't want to say nothing about you, he's not going to put your name or anything about you in a bar that could sound like it's dissing you. He's not going to do that, right? This is what it is, and this is the real thing behind it. He really don't have no animosity with K. Dot, but he knows, I got to push this needle. It's a lot of talk about Dot and Drake. I think he said a line about neither one of y'all winners, right? So end of the day, he's coming for the neck of anybody, but it's in a way where it's going to be kind of just to get the eyeballs. Because I told you, them LA politics is there. It's real. It's no joke. So it'll get the eyeballs, but it won't raise the antenna of people who really going to have a problem with it, right? They're gonna say, bro, are you low-key dissing? He could disavow all knowledge of that and be like, nah, bro, just listen to the rhymes. I'm an MC. You don't know what you're talking about, da-da-da. I'm just paying homage. He can say anything, whatever you want to say, but he won't say I'm dissing him. Right? I'm telling you, he's waiting for him to respond, which Dot is not going to respond, because if Kendrick knows the craft like me, he knows this game like me, he been side-eyeing Game for years. He already know who he is. He already see what this guy is. He understands. This was inevitable. The Game been talking slick for a while. I'm surprised it took this long. But what had happened was, what really is happening right now is Game is feeling, you know how somebody start to feel their mortality? It's starting to become a point where it's almost cooked for Game. Let's just be honest. It's almost, Game was talking about quitting rapping. I think he said he got one more album or something like that. So it's almost over for Game. Right? And in his mind, the apparent heir, he wants to be able to hand it to Kendrick. No, Kendrick already gone. He gone. You're not handing him nothing. You're not going to be like, I'm going to pass the torch. You don't have the torch. He doesn't have the torch of LA. So now, if he can put that torch in question, but kind of like stand back and like hide his hands, then he'll have done enough. If he can get out of here with some people kind of questioning and looking at K. Dot sideways, this is his mind. This is what I'm talking about. Like when you get into Henry, like Henry of Stranger Things, when you get into his mind and you see how he's thinking, you're like, oh, this is why he's snatching kids or whatever. Da, da, da. So the simple fact of the matter is, Game is doing stuff in a very calculated game kind of way, where it's like, okay, I'm not going to shake the tree to the point where all the apples start falling on me. I'm going to shake the tree enough for you to notice, and then you start looking at me like, are you shaking the tree or are you not shaking the tree? He want to sit there and have you go and spin up that Gangsta Grills mix CD, right? So you can go and say, oh, game is nice. I'm going to be honest. A person like me, I'm so over the antics with hip hop. I'm so over that. I can't even listen to it. In the sample that I heard, the beat is crazy. And what he's saying is crazy. Game is a rapper. But at this point, man, I'm like this. If I got to keep seeing you faking like you're doing little pump fakes at K-Dot and you just want somebody to notice you and respond. We clearly notice you. We clearly understand what you're doing. But somebody of my ilk and like a K-Dot ilk, it's not going to phase us. We're not going to feed into it. We're not even going to throw you a sub. I'm sure there's already 20 subs in all of Kendrick's music about game. I'm going to promise you. I promise you. They're not subs. They're just, listen, I know who you are, gang. Right? A lot of this shit, half of that shit that you thinking is about this, that, third person, it's about these inner circle dudes, allegedly inner circle dudes like the game that's sitting out here waiting to throw little subs. And I'm sure the game has thrown probably 20 subs to him back. So I'm sure that they both know, listen, we understand what this is. This is a friendship of I don't know, need. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they got going on, but they do not want to bring up this little tit for tat. It's been there, but they don't want to bring it to the public, and they don't want to make it public knowledge because then they gotta defend their stance or have a full-on battle beef. Game doesn't want that, not because he can't handle Kendrick on the mic. It's the other stuff he got to deal with. It's the street stuff he got to deal with. So he puffing out his chest like, yo, this, that, and the third, right? But at the end of the day, it ain't just Kendrick, right? You ain't got to just deal with Kendrick. So you're going to be dividing the whole, whatever is going on over there, you're going to be a divisive force in that. So he knows that he's not going to rock that boat outright. He needs to be attacked, right? It's like what's that dude on the New York? It's a dude on a prankster dude on the New York subway station, right? And he'll pretend to be interviewing. Meanwhile, they rolling up water balloons, and he'll interview the person with his phone, and they'll see somebody. They'll throw a water balloon and then act like they still talking. They act like nothing happened. They act like they didn't throw the water balloon. Game want to throw the water balloon, and then when you come over and react, then he want to buck up on you. This, that, and the third. So that's what he want. He wants some reaction. These little subliminals and this, that, and the third, this is all baits, gang. These are baits. He wants Kendrick to step into it and then say something, right? It could be one line. It could be one half a bar. Send this nigga into a full-on frenzy. Then we got 20 records against Kendrick. Now he trying to shake it. Because this is a guy, listen, you gotta understand, he will crash out. let's just be honest. He don't want to, but you give him a reason, he crashing out. He ready to be me against the world, against the whole coast. He want to die a martyr. Let's just be honest. So at the end of the day, if he get that one bar, then he can go all out, crash out, and then whatever it is, whatever it be will be. But it'll be a self-made. It's like when they say a person died by police, they died by a police gun, right? They wanted the police to assassinate him. That's what he wants. He wants to just walk into it and then make you draw your weapon, right? Then when you draw your weapon, then he can pull his and shoot, da da da. So it's like he wants to be assassinated by somebody else that ain't got nothing to do. I'm not talking about literally. I'm talking about in hip hop. He wants to get that attack, then he could crash out, and then it's all, oh my God, like look what he did, look what game is, he's just going crazy. He want to, I guarantee you, it'll be one of the most ridiculous. The disses they'll be so savage. You'll be like, yo, bro, you had to be thinking about this shit for years. I'm just gonna be honest. It would be shit that I'm sure he probably like KRS One say, I got a rap for everybody in the industry. I'm sure he already got some raps that he got for Dot. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And they vicious, they awful. So what I'm saying is he's waiting for that one bar so he can come back and say, yo, this, that, and the third, right? Now, at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is K-Dot already understands this. And there's certain people, let me just be clear. It's certain people that do not deserve your reaction. It's like sitting down writing 3 verses and rhymes about Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's not worth it. It doesn't get you anywhere because they're constantly trolling. So to sit there and write and focus on the game, you're gonna fight a battle with a troll. Can't beat a troll, gang. I don't know if you know that. Trolls hide under bridges. They don't die. They just down there forever, right? Collecting coins and shit. That's what a troll do. You can't beat them. You can't win. You're not going under that bridge. You're not going to try to find that troll. You might as well leave the troll alone. Let the troll stay in his misery. Because once you bring a troll from under the bridge, then you got all kind of troll problems that you don't need. It's no reason to ever attack or try to retaliate against the game for any reason. And Kendrick understands that. You won't win the battle, right? You won't win the battle because he will never stop. and you're above him in every way. So you're going to stoop down to fight a troll. It makes no sense. Trolls are short, gang. most grown men are going to be taller than the average troll. And in this case, this is a troll that just wants to be on your level very badly. So as hip hop progresses and as we get older, we start to understand that guy's a troll. There's quite a few people that are trolls that we just say, okay, enough is enough. We're going to just ignore you. Tekashi 6ix9ine is still dissing everybody in the industry. Who's written a rap about him? Who's written a rap about Game? Right? Except for guys that's lower than him that nobody really trips off. And I guarantee you, Kendrick got 10, 15 guys that's going to come out dissing Game wholeheartedly with their whole chest, which won't give a shit about nothing. They'll crash out for him. So he won't even need to say nothing. But we don't want another Joey Badass battle. That battle did absolutely nothing for Joey Badass' career. Let's just be honest. It gave him a whole lot of headache, and the dude crashed out and canceled his tour after the aftermath. Let's just be honest. Win or lose, Joey Badass was not. He said it himself. He wasn't in a good place. He said he canceled that tour, right? The what was it called? The Doc Aura tour or whatever it's called, right? He canceled that tour because he was in a bad mental space. Where that bad mental space came from, all that battling, all that dissing, all that darkness with them West Coast guys trying to go at them. As soon as they drop something, you coming back within 24 hours. That shit takes a toll on you. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it to do this. It ain't worth it to do that with the Game because it's going to go nowhere. Game is never going to stop. Once you started with him, he's never going to stop. You're not going to hit him with one great song and it's not even worth trying. Right? Like my brother, who rest in peace, my brother Durs, he had this guy named Columbus, right? And every time we were walking anywhere and he saw Columbus, he had to put his bags down and fight this guy every single time. You never seen nothing like this. We could be going to church, we could be going to school, we could be going to the store. His mom sent him to the store, yo, go get me some Crisco. We halfway to the store, he see Columbus, he got square up. He got to fight Columbus right there on spot. At some point, you don't want to fight Columbus. You'll go around the long way. Not that you're scared of him, you just don't want to see him. All right? So at the end of the day, I think what we're seeing is a guy who's pushing a red button that is not connected to anything. It don't even make a sound. Right? You know how Dame Dash got that button and say, pause, pause. This red button ain't even got no sound that he got. It don't say nothing. He just push it and it just clicks and does nothing. So I think Game at this point, he's caused so many audibles and he's ran up so many chances to be great and fumbled them because he throws in a diss or he attacks somebody that really would have helped him. Let's just be honest. Somebody that really would have helped him in the long run, he dissing him. Now Dre won't take his calls, right? So at the end of the day, we got a problem where it's almost someone that they worn out their welcome with this hip hop thing. Why would we talk about Game unless he's dissing? Let's just be honest. The last couple of days, what we just see what Game talked about Diddy. Game talked about free Diddy, free R. Kelly. Then he made the news, right? Other rappers make the news just for their rapping. Right? When Nas comes out, oh shit, Nas and Primo got an album coming just for his rapping. Just for his rapping. Game could have been one of the most extraordinary underground. Game could have been like a Sky Zoo on times 10, right? He could have been like just a dude that just writes his rap. He does his fucking songs, his music, does a video that he moves on with his life. I think Game needs to be in this business so badly. He needs to be taken so serious and he wants this thing he wants it to revolve around him and it's not going to do that. So then he lashes out and he's lashing out. He clearly dissing K. Dot. Ain't no discussion. Ain't no, oh, is he dissing him? Is he not dissing him? He's 100% dissing him. Okay? But he's not, but like I said, it's like a not really a diss. What he's doing is he's just trying to throw out some breadcrumbs and hope Kendrick can follow his ass into the woods so he can get what he want from him. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird shit. And it's just like, yo, Game, we see this shit from a mile away. We know what it is. You're not fooling. Not nobody who can listen to bars and dissect what you're saying. You're clearly trying to draw a line between you and Kendrick and you want people to see it and say, oh, did he diss Kendrick? Well, guess what? We don't really care, gang. And the simple fact of the matter, it turned me off to the shit. I don't even want to hear the album. Just gonna be honest. I don't want to hear the album. I don't want to hear nobody. I just got a problem with dissing somebody for no reason. I got a few pet peeves, gang, and I don't like when they diss somebody for no reason. You see it all the time. Where a guy that has really no problem with a guy, then anybody dissing him just to get some traction. I don't believe you. When you're a person like this with this fake red button and this bipolar mentality where, yo, I'll attack a dude for no reason. I'll come at Eminem for no reason. Well, we know he came at Eminem because that girl won that money. He need to pay the money back. So he dissed Eminem, hoping to get some traction to the album. It didn't work. It worked. It reverse worked because it made people they went to listen to that and then didn't listen to nothing else. So it kind of worked, but it didn't really get him the numbers. So it's like, why are we still doing this? We still gotta hear you diss. And this guy can really rap. I say it all the time. But it takes away from it when you see that K-Dot is beloved right there. Right now, they're in a real war, right? And I get it. People saying this about his Drake allegiance. This ain't about his Drake allegiance, gang. You gotta understand, Game he's not really allegiance to nobody. Yes, he respects that Drake showed him that love. He gave him that record. He did that feature. He didn't charge him. He loves that. He will be loyal to you forever. Right? But at the end of the day, if it came down to it, he'd tear Drake ass up too. Because it doesn't matter who you are to this guy. All is fair in love and war. And if it's almost like, you know, our internet, we've made this word up called troll. So now we can say, yo, he's just trolling, and then it's okay. Right? I told you, I was something a couple weeks ago I was talking about, and they were like, yo, he's just trolling. I'm like, that don't make it okay. When they were saying Jim Jones was talking about Nas, but he trolling, it don't make it okay, gang. Right? It's like these guys that go up and they talk to somebody's girl and the guy get mad. He be like, it's a prank, bro. It's a prank. And the guy, he points at the camera. It don't make it okay, gang. It don't make it okay that this guy could walk through, what's this, the little white boy, I don't know what his name is, the damn stream. He could walk through with his arms out and bump you. And then when you turn around, his security guard jump in your face. And then it's like, it's a prank, bro. Like, no, it don't make it okay, gang. So it's like, we're not going to sit here and keep absolving you every time you get this wham, you get this little feeling in your chest where you feeling a certain way. It's all like emotional shit, right? And he calculates those emotions to get eyes on them. Well, I ain't gonna say we got to do, but what I'm doing as a hip hop head, I'm starting to ignore it. I'm starting to not give it the relevancy. And it's notching you down, let's just be honest, because the antics, every time we put you in the top 50, top 40, top 30, then you do something like this, we got to knock you back down because we can't reward a rapper for this kind of behavior. We can't award you for this. We cannot reward you for nonsense like this. We can't trust you. And most of this shit about hip hop and rapping, we gotta trust you. And if you piece it up with a guy and you saying this guy's great, this, that, and the third, and then you throwing subs and you mimicking his voice, at that point, we don't really know who you are because you act like you like them. Right? You act like you like them. You act like you respect them. You put his name above yours on the list, and then we see you dissing him. You clearly dissing him. Ain't no debate about it. You clearly trying to stir the pot and use his name to do it. And if he jump out and say it, if he come out with a record tomorrow with 2 lines about game, it's going to be World War III. So I can't respect that because you would have started. You would have started that. He didn't do nothing to you. You would have started that. So I can't respect it. Hip-hop, we don't respect it. I'm going to leave it at that, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show. Me, TJ, and Flares. We probably talk about this, all right? And get in the comments. Let me know. Also, down below, the merchandise is down. I'm just going to be honest. If you purchase the merch, send me the pics to thewhatshow@gmail.com. I'll post them up for you. Show you some love, all right? Last but not least, I got a music video with me, TJ, and Flares. We just dropped. It's called This, That, off the What Project. It's streaming on all social media platforms. That whole album is just listen. We brought hip-hop back for you, gang. And that video, This, That, you can catch that right on my YouTube page. Just scroll down, tap in. Let me know what you think, all right? Listen, man, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.